Hey guys, it's Bombbuster72 again. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something I did recently. I recently attended a couple of courses at the NRA Whittington Center near Raton, New Mexico. So I want to tell you a little bit of general stuff about the NRA Whittington Center, and then about the courses that I took, and then I'll probably have a separate video that'll be a little montage of maybe some pictures and video clips from my time there. That way, if you don't really care about that kind of stuff, you don't have to watch it. First off, let me tell you about the NRA Whittington Center. Now this is the official National Rifle Association shooting center. It's about 10 miles south of Raton, New Mexico. Honestly, I believe this is probably the best kept secret in New Mexico, and definitely one of the best kept secrets inside the National Rifle Association. This range is absolutely massive. The actual improved areas of it, where you have the roads and the actual shooting ranges, is only a minor, tiny little bit of the entire property. The property is absolutely gigantic, and if you've ever heard of the survival trials, this is where it takes place. The Whittington Center consists of 17 ranges, several RV campgrounds that have showers, full hookups, everything like that, a primitive campground, as well as a cafeteria. They have a museum, a library, a classroom. There's a gift shop with a gun counter, so if you want to buy something and you happen to be a resident of New Mexico, you should be good to go. And most importantly, for my case, it's the home of Whittington University, or Whittington U, which is the training division of the Whittington Center. Now Whittington U has several different academies, including the Precision Academy, the Outdoor Academy, and in my case, the one that I was worried about, the Defensive Academy. The Defensive Academy has two schools, the Practical Carbine and the Practical Pistol. Now what I took was Practical Pistol 1 and Practical Pistol 2. There's a Practical Pistol 3 and a master's course to that, but I had to work, so I couldn't do it all at one time, so I'm going to have to go back later. So let me tell you a little bit about the courses. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, what we did, and then my overall impression of the courses. Let's start out with Practical Pistol 1. So it started out with introductions. There were about 12 students in the class, plus the 2 instructors. It also impressed upon us the importance of being a responsible gun owner and what it means to be an armed citizen. The classroom portion also discussed the fundamentals of shooting. Now, if you're an experienced shooter, this day might be a little bit of a drag to you, but honestly it was some good instruction, and it was really necessary to get a feeling for how the other students and what their knowledge level was. The second half of day 1 consisted of a lot of presentation drills. A lot of it was dry fire, and then ended the day with some live fire drills using those presentation techniques. Day 2 started out with some more dry fire drills, and these were turning drills. All of this was to drill into us students muzzle awareness in the real world. For an example, how do you carry and present and have a weapon out if there's a threat? If your kids and your family's with you, what if you're in the mall? How do you hold the weapon to keep everybody else safe except for your threat? We then talked about the principles of cover, what it is, and how to use it properly. And these continued on with some live fire drills and scenarios. So this brings us to the end of Practical Pistol 1. There were about 400 rounds fired during this 2-day course. Now, as far as my impressions go, this was, some of it was very basic. I consider myself to be an experienced shooter, but I still learned a lot. And more importantly, it made me start to think, how am I going to handle a weapon in the real world? So then started Practical Pistol 2. Day 1 of Practical Pistol 2, we went into movement techniques. And we did all of this, again, with dry fire followed by live fire scenario. And then we learned some alternate firing techniques. These were kneeling, sitting, prone while facing a threat, and prone on your side. Again, these were done with dry fire, followed by live fire drills. Now in the afternoon of that first day of Practical Pistol 2, we got rained, well actually we got lightninged out, and we had to end a little bit early. So that meant that day 2, we had to start a little early. So not long after daybreak and a quick breakfast, we were back at the range again. Day 2 was mostly varying movement, advancing towards a target as well as withdrawing away from a target. And those turning drills were incorporated as well as those principles of cover. Now all of this was done with the added stress of target discrimination, and the target discrimination increased in difficulty throughout these 2 courses. Now Practical Pistol 2 ended with about 450 rounds fired. My impression about Practical Pistol 2, well, honestly, I've been in the military now for 21.5 years, and this is the best pistol course I've ever had. For the military, the pistol is really, it takes a back seat. Number 1 is going to be your carbine. That is your tool. That's what a military weapon is. Now when it comes to these courses, I really want to thank some people. I want to thank the Whittington Center in general. All the staff, they were great. They were able to work with me. They got me into Practical Pistol 2 at the last minute, and really they were wonderful people, and I appreciate all that they do. I also want to thank the instructors. Steve, who is a retired Albuquerque Police Department officer. He was a great instructor. And John Weiler is the CEO and owner of Professional Marksman Incorporated. That's who provides the training at Whittington University. And he's also the lead instructor. I also want to thank Jim. I'm going to keep his last name out of the public, but Jim, thanks for taking the courses with me. You're a good friend, and really thanks for providing and bringing up your camp trailer. Gave me a place to sleep. It was perfect. Anyway, guys, if you want to take a look at the montage video, it'll be up probably tomorrow. And until next time, take care and be safe.